So for the finals of the Intel World Open, so there's one team from Argentina, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Mexico, United States, and then there's like a bonus one for South America. Like all of South America gets one team, and then there's another bonus team for North America and Central America. Is that the? So like the United States could possibly have two teams, is what I'm looking at on Wikipedia right now, because AJ was talking about how ridiculous it was that they like all these amazing US teams were playing for one spot in the regional final. Or well because like it goes to the closed qualifier for the United States. But then those four teams that all qualify from the open qualifiers are playing for one spot in the Americas regional final. So it's like
the whole thing just seems kind of
But isn't the any American regional final just Mexican, like American and Canadian teams? Or am I tripping?
But do not believe so. Because there's also a North.
I mean, this is the first year they're probably having to like figure this out, considering it's all done online and
also remember,
everything is like in tiny regions. It's weird.
This wasn't the original intention with the Intel World Open at all. It wasn't meant to be a regional event. It was meant to be a world event that people qualified for and then traveled to Tokyo for, rip the dream. But
that would have been an amazing event. Had it happened.
Yeah, so shining it on a somewhat, trying to keep it away from being completely negative as a topic, it was something that got delayed a year. And then the Olympics are actually going to be happening in person. And so I do believe that they probably, up until a little bit closer to the decision, were still weighing on if they would have the Intel World Open in person. Such as the Olympics, but it's harder, especially when a lot of the kids. July?
Late July, I think.
Yeah, late July.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did announce it after all this, but that's
how many.
Wait, like a live Olympic, like.
It wouldn't surprise me. Like,
no, it's
they were just holding off. You think it's too close? Didn't they announce
it? They would have announced it, though.
Like
they would have announced it already. Because then people would have to get, vaccinated and whatnot and having to prepare and travel and blah, blah, blah. They're just like overnight, like, you're going to this place. Like, just to have to double check everybody. Like, I think it would be too much.
Well, also, I think it ties into what we said about Worlds in the first place, is that a lot of the kids are younger. And you know what I mean? Like vaccinations were originally just rolled out for 16 plus, and they're 15-year-old players. And I can't imagine like the consent forms and the things you have to go through, because a lot of kids travel with their parents, and then having them vaccinated as well, and being able to keep a hold of all of that, and from different regions and different areas, like depending on where it is, like there are still travel restrictions in place from certain regions to certain regions, so like. It's just a complicated thing.
Maybe for like the next year, like if the teams win, they're like next year you will battle it out. I could see that happening. That would be pretty sick if the winners also won the chance to compete at a world level for the upcoming year. I think that could be a cool thing. But I don't think it will happen this summer.
I think next year, unless it gets pushed back. But next year is the World Cup. So what if they do like a Rocket League World Cup? And they have like a LAN.
Oh my god, that would be the best thing ever.
Live and I both live pog.
Yeah, I would just love that. My family's super into the World Cup, so just to have that like combined with like something that I'm interested in, I could like have an excuse to show them more about Rocket League. So that's what I love about these events, because on a world scale, it could do so much for the game in general. So the sooner we can get them on an international level, the better, because it only does good for this game, Yeah. We can also look forward to some Rocket League this weekend. The RLCS Championships are this weekend. So I had written down Regional 2 regional harder because it's just another regional. I don't know, but
How many regionals have there been?
We've only got
here?
one life in this regional.
Oh,
right. It's just regional harder. Like it'll be interesting to see if the tables turn or something. Like we see a different outcome than we're expecting, and that would be the most exciting thing if we saw some underdogs and get beat by SSG in the final. Like that's what you want to see, as opposed to like just
That's not what I want to see.
I want to see SSG not concede a single goal the entire regional. I don't think there's
I would
a team that has
also
done
enjoy
that.
seeing that. Yes.
That'd be crazy. I think there's been like teams that haven't lost a single game in the entire tournament. That's
the perfect
probably been
game
a thing.
would not being able to succeed. That would be intense.
But no,
who do you
no
think would be the
goals
first
would
team?
be insane, like extra insane. The first team to do that, it would probably be the team with the best defense. To be honest.
If
And
SSG took a series on NRG, not allowing NRG to score once, collectively the Rocket League community would lose
Can you imagine?
their mind. I think Justin would black profile picture for a year. If they
I'm just
couldn't
imagining
score
the
a
goal line saves and like everybody like freaking out every time they almost get a goal, and the tension would just keep building and it would never ever end because nobody would ever score a goal.
Mhm.
It would be the worst thing. That's like one of the best moments from going to LANs, I think, is seeing those like goal line saves in a room with everybody who understands like the stakes and stuff like that it's going on. So yeah, no, for that to happen, at a world stage or in the regional, that would be momentous. That would be the day,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, but then if we see
Yes,
people just
Trihouse?
getting swept, it's gonna be like we're not gonna.
Right. I mean, it's sad
21.
for some people, but
It's just this is gonna be stressful.
I need to see a game 21.
I
I'm
was
not
about
gonna
to
be happy
say,
if it doesn't
so
happen.
for those of who
Oh my God.
are any of you well versed in how and wants to explain to people how the championships is about to play out? Because if you remember from the last time we talked about this is best of sets.
Yes, that's what I was just looking into, and then like who's playing who. Like we've got to play Rogue. So there's so the last couple seeds already start in the losers bracket basically. And so if they lose their first series, I guess, they're just out. Space Station plays Rogue in the uppers, so whoever loses that goes down to the lowers. But yeah, it's best of sets, and I'm reading the exact wording here, and it's just as confusing when I read the wording.
No.
All matches are a best of 3 set for a best of 5. So first to win 2 best of 5 series.
Mm-hmm.
Except the semifinals and grand finals, which are a best of 3 set for a best of 7. First to win 2 best of 7 series.
The first to win 14
is this like how baseball does it?
Potentially
I feel like
21 games.
I feel like this how bad.
This
I'm
is what I'm
really
saying.
stupid when it comes
I
to
need game
sports. I don't
21.
know why I'm bringing this up.
I think you guys thought I was trolling for the past month about this best of 21.
Oh
It's
my
gonna
god.
be ridiculous.
I need to see.
There's gonna be a
Best of 21?
couple. You know, there's gonna be a couple.
Oh
It's
my
not.
God,
It's
there
not
will
gonna
100%
happen.
be a best of 21. What?
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't
that's
want
at the-
that.
But that's after their other games for the day. That's after getting to that point that they would have to.
Well, I'm assuming.
Are you kidding me?
It's
One
over the
series is
space
big
of like
day,
a week,
Widow.
though, right? It takes place over like multiple days, though.
Okay. That's
Oh.
where I'm confused.
There's 2 matches and 1 day.
Yeah, so potentially 6 series.
Yes.
Yeah, semi-finals and finals. Wait, no, the finals should be on its own day, I would imagine. Like
Maybe.
they'll probably have the finals of like multiple
Yeah,
regions.
that would be
on the
nice if
same
they
days.
did that. Do they have the time to do that though?
Well, they have. It's because it's all 4 regions are taking place over the same amount of days. Obviously, Sam and OCE is only a grand final. They've only got top 2, not top 6 that have gone to the championships,
finals
which is
on
a bit
its own
weird.
day.
But yeah, we could get 2 grand. We could get an EU grand final and an NA grand final on the same day, that both go to game 21.
I wanted Rocket League. I wanted more Rocket League, and not gonna lie, when this whole last season started, right? When this whole last season started, we all were like, oh my god, busy schedules, and I feel so bad. We've talked about this a million times, so not to harp on it, but like we feel bad for the players with how much they have to play, especially with an ending and not actually a Worlds or anything like that. But it's been for those of us who consume Rocket League, it's been so much Rocket League, you know what I mean, like constantly going on, constant Rocket League to watch, so much that like when there's not Rocket League to watch, like the last weekend or so, it's like what's going on. There's no Rocket League live. But when I say I want more Rocket League, I don't mean I want, like Veeds just said, to watch 42 matches in a day.
And just 4 teams playing in those 42
4
matches.
teams in 42 matches
Yeah, that's not what
in
we meant.
one day.
Maybe a lot.
And these are all live. Like,
viewing
what's going to
parties
be
are gonna be fun.
broadcasted? Like, are there going to be B? I'm sure there's going to be B streams. Like,
they're gonna rotate
These
those
people
cats
on
for
payroll?
sure, right?
Think how many
There's only one
overtimes.
series going on.
huh? There's only one series going on at a time.
Yeah.
So it's just going to go on forever?
Yeah,
There's
so you're
no
going to have
end?
like 4 teams are going to be playing for like 6 hours.
So on the
If that's
first
how
day,
it
it's SSG versus Rogue. No, sorry, it's G2 versus FaZe, and that's a 2-hour block they gave that game. And then SSG versus Rogue is 2 hours later, and I'm assuming that's a 2-hour block. And so it's like that's their 4-hour broadcast or whatever.
They're like, you want a regional? This is going to be the most intense regional of your life. We're going to find out who the real Rocket League champ is, no matter what. You're going to put your blood, sweat, and tears into this.
Watch parties are about to be lit.
Imagine how good the highlight reel is going to be at the end of the tournament. All the best clips that they have over the course of like hundreds of games of pro play. The freaking the montage that is going to come out of this tournament is going to be top tier.
And you'll still have some gold in the chat being like, I play better than them.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna come in. Someone's gonna come in match 20 overtime, and they're gonna be like, "Why do the players seem a little off today?" Scuffed.
Yeah,
I think they need to retire.
Like, this is slow. My games are faster than this.
Match 20 in a semifinals. He looks a little off today. It doesn't look like he's working well with his team. I think he's past his peak.
Like, you play 69 games in a row and then talk, okay? They're like playing so many games.
How many plats are better than Justin here? Raise your hand.
Try.
Oh, man.
Oh, stop it. I was like, I'm going to get out of this one without being made fun of. You're talking to an SSLV. Well.
Oh!
Wait.
Yeah, are we?
No, I lost it.
That kind of segues for us. That segues to our next topic. If you guys, I don't know, if you guys are watching this for, live for another week, or if you're listening, we get Twitter, because we're always going to refer to Twitter. But Liquipedia tweeted out a poll that I am determined that Twitter is an alternate universe. And that actually play Rocket League. I tried to do a follow-up and it got the same results, but it was a poll asking what is the best.
Oh, Widow,
you're cutting out again for some reason.
You know what?
Your mic's completely off now. Holy. Is everything plugged in correct? There you go.
Hello?
You're back.
Hello, hi.
Let's let Trihouse cover it.
Hey, welcome back.
While your mic resets.
Are you back?
I'm here. I'm just not trying to talk over anyone. I think it's fine now. I leaned back too far. But yeah, there was a poll asking the best extra modes, and Drop Shot won.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thing. This is just a poll on Twitter, and I think it's important to note that the Rocket League mine on Twitter is different from the Rocket League mine on other social medias, because I remember way back in the day, Flump ran a poll about PC or console, and the majority of Twitter uses PC for Rocket League, the majority of Instagram uses console for Rocket League, and he ran a poll on something else and I don't remember what the result was, but basically it's like you have these different bases and these different mindsets, so I feel like the outcome would have been different on another platform, but for Twitter specifically, guys.
No,
these are sweaty PC players.
Gonna choose drop shot though.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
so
drop shot is the best?
It was 1% ahead.
Best?
It was 1% ahead of Hoops, like 1%, and they were both at like 30.3. Really? I'm rounding up. Okay.
You would round down. They would be tied if you rounded.
Oh. Okay, so they're both the best extra mode then. No, I honestly was surprised as well to see drop shot come out on the top. Because and I'm biased because I prefer Hoops overall. So.
Hoops is the worst in my opinion.
I thought drop shot was the least played, but I guess it's Snowden.
I would kick him out.
No,
Just drag him
away.
If we want to talk statistics, legitimately, Rocket League is the most played extra mode. I mean, Rumble. Jesus,
Rocket League is the. You are so like committed.
You're doing great.
It's the most played because
I
it's
haven't
the
had
most
caffeine in 4 days.
different and the most appealing.
But Rumble is the most played extra mode by a large margin. Like
people don't play it because they like it. People play it because they need GC rewards. That's it. They're like, yeah, this is the worst thing ever.
Wait, Neato.
Tell me I'm right, Chad. Tell me I'm right. People don't play it because they like Rumble. People don't. They're just like, you know what? I'm gonna need GC rewards this season. If you're not in the stream twitch.tv/space station listening, you have to be because you gotta be here to agree with me with these statements. Thank you, chat.
Drunk Rumble again. Ever.
No, to be fair, Rumble is fun, and I think it appeals to a lot of lower level players. I stopped myself with the.
No, I'm sorry. I'm a big Rumble.
Typically, a lot of lower level players play Rumble, and it's the people that are lower level tend to be more casual players. So it appeals more to them because it's less competitive than the others. Snow Day is boring though. Anyone that votes
Agreed.
Snow Day is so boring.
I think.
Yeah, well, Snow Day came in last, and it does have the least player base.
Snow Day is just. I think maybe if they allowed other maps, like I would like to see some Snow Day on like a regular map. Why is it gotta be ice hockey? Can it be street hockey?
It is literally called Snow Day.
No, why would they spend more effort on him? That's the one. Bad take, Neato. What that has the most maps made for it. It has so many snowy maps made for it, and it's the least played extra mode. It makes no damn sense.
It's made only
more
for
maps.
Canadians.
Yeah. It
is so true.
Canada is the only place it snows.
Tell me a Snow Day main that isn't Canadian.
And objectively,
actually, I know a few. I know a few that are American.
To make too.
Rocket Hockey League is trembling.
Right, they're going crazy right now.
Like Snow Day's just all they did was change the ball. Like every other extra mode, it took extra development to make it. Like Snow Day, it's literally a mutator you can put on in a private match. Like you can just make the ball a puck. It's like Rumble it completely changes it. Drop shot changes it. Hoops. The physics of the ball work differently, and it's
the puck physics are different though. I was gonna stop you there because there is some strategy to Snow Day. I'm here for you, Snow Day mains,
and I have fun.
Exactly.
Snow Day.
So
ground pinches, man.
You can see how some people might enjoy that. There's a lot of you have to be able to control the puck a certain way, whatever. So I'm just putting it out there that the same way you feel about Hoops, somebody feels about Snow Day.
Yeah, and I have fun.
The way you can get certain trick shots.
Nasty aerial in Snow Day. I mean, it just hits different because that means you had to hit the puck just as it was flipping in the right spot. It's like adds bonus points to a really clean aerial.
I prefer the cube ball over the puck. I don't know about you guys.
Ew.
Cube ball.
Ranny famously.
Cube ball might be the worst thing in the game.
Cube ball is the worst game in the game.
Okay.
I still like it more than the puck.
Ranny, why do you hate Snow Day so much? You have more hours than the rest of us.
What do you mean you can't do anything with the
puck?
The puck is way too big. You can't get it on top of your car easily. The only cool thing you can do with it is pinch it, and that's it. That's the only cool thing you can do with the puck.
Yeah, you're not wrong. To be fair,
you can do some cool stuff with the
ball with the cube?
So you can dribble with the cube. You can 45-degree flick with the cube. You can do a musty with the cube. Anything that you could do with an actual ball, just harder.
No, because
And
it's harder to. You can control the
unpredictability
cube,
of
but you can't read the cube. The cube is unreadable.
Right, but no one
You
can
know
read
what the
it.
cube does.
It's-
You
it's
let go of the
same-
cube, and the cube has a mind of its own. It'll
why did
just
you
hit
like
off a
Gridiron?
corner. Because there is
Same way.
strategy and skill. This is completely different. You know, no, don't bring Gridiron into this.
Gridiron's still a ball.
Don't
it's
do
not a
this.
cube.
It has the same unpredictability.
But
There's
you
just a few
throw. You don't
different
throw
rules
the.
for
You don't.
Gridiron.
If you're good at Gridiron, Randy, you don't throw it on the ground. You throw it to your teammate.
I can throw a puck.
It's a
Give me-
passing
give
game,
me,
bro.
See, I
Like
think
20
what-
seconds, I can flick a puck to anyone
Yeah, but how are you gonna get it on top of your car from the
Yeah.
ground
easily.
Oh.
without
Wait,
taking
weren't you
it
just
up the
arguing
ramp?
that you couldn't do
I
that,
thought
Randy?
you said you couldn't do that in Snow Day.
Now you're
without-
challenging
No,
and
I'm
saying
talking
that you
about, not a puck, not a puck.
A cube.
The cube.
The cube.
the-
Sorry.
the cube.
No, I'm saying
you can
a
flick a
book.
cube.
I can dribble the cube. I promise.
No, I see.
Yeah, you can
Nobody
dribble the
wants-
cube. Yeah, that's doable.
Nobody wants to see you flick a cube though. Like it just feels wrong.
Yeah.
Imagine like a sport, like a human sport, and the main like object is a cube.
Oh
Like,
no,
it's
I'm not
just
saying
absurd.
it's good. It's just better than the puck.
He's just saying
Why
it's
doesn't
better
anyone
than
agree
Snow
with
Day.
me on this?
I don't know. We should have been agreeing with him because Snow Day is the worst extra mode.
I don't know. I'm
yeah,
just
but
playing
the-
devil's
no,
advocate.
Yeah, but
Rumble's
the
the
cube
worst.
isn't even worthy of an extra mode.
Trihouse,
That's the
you are
difference.
literally
I know,
the
and it makes
worst.
me sad.
Uh-huh.
No,
Just replace
I'm just playing
Snow Day.
devil's advocate.
I mean, I have fun playing Rumble though, but just as a ranked mode.
No, there
I-
is strategy with it though. There is strategy.
I know.
Oh,
And when
100%.
Tactical Rumble comes out, I'll love that. I know I will, but
Make it tactical. There's
No.
strategy already with
I know
Rumble.
strategy.
They're going
Tactical
through-
Rumble.
You know when
Try
to
to
use
stun.
your power ups, how to use your power ups. You
As
know
soon as you
what
can.
rotation
They were
that they're
trying to
coming
figure
in.
out. They were trying to figure out ways to make Rocket League players sound more nerdy, and then they came out with Tactical Rumble. That was it. We're such nerds.
yeah.
No, but,
Tactical Rumble.
but talking on it, I think you guys kind of summarized it. You know, like with Snow Day, it feels like every other game mode switched it up. Even the limited time modes. When Gridiron was introduced, I think what made it such a hit versus everything else. Like people love Heat Seeker. I love Heat Seeker. Best game mode, hands down, all in universe. And Try loves Spike Rush and things like that. But I think what made Gridiron stand out so much is they like logistically actually changed parts of the game. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's an out of bounds
The
area.
out of bounds.
There's point changing with ways you score. It's actually tied into, you know, American football and things like that. You know what I mean? You can pass to your teammates. There's whistle calls. There's ways to spiral the ball specifically. They changed it. And Rumble adds power-ups and it changes it. And Hoops, like Try said, changes, you know, the physics and the way that it's played, and it's a different size court. And Drop Shot is a different way you score and things like that. Snow Day is literally just a puck.
Yeah.
It is
And
you.
some snowy
It is you
maps.
playing Rocket League
They're molding
with
right
a puck.
now.
And I do say this, and I know they did it for a limited time mode, but I think they should have used the throwback stadium covered in snow for Snow Day year round, because that's actually a hockey
Yeah.
arena.
No, that
Yo.
would suck.
Okay, so we're trying to make we want Snow Day to have its own thing, right? So it's not just regular Rocket League with a puck. Cut the
Yeah.
top of the field off, so you can't go. You can go up the wall, but like the puck can like fly out into the crowd. I don't know where I'm
Murder
going.
the
You know,
eggs.
you've had some good
What-
takes.
what are you
I
thinking
don't
about,
think this is
Neato?
one of them.
Nito, did you
How
have
does
more
that make the
coffee
game
today?
better?
I had coffee earlier.
You just see the puck
No.
smash into an egg, yolks everywhere, all over the crowd.
What is this,
I'm
like a
trying
monster
to
truck
make
arena?
it a better mode. I don't know. I'll put it on the throwback map. Put it on the
That's what we
throwback
were
map.
saying. You're
Oh,
literally just saying
They
that.
did put it on the throwback map, and it sucked.
I
Overtimes were
literally
like
said
12
this was
minutes
a
long.
limited time mode when they put it on the snowy throwback map, because this is hockey.
I'm upset.
I was sitting here thinking so hard about my
You were
idea.
thinking about eggs being brutalized in the stands. I don't think she ate her breakfast.
Cut me out of the cast. Cut me.
Well, hockey arenas don't have ceilings. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Genius.
Predator
All right,
Stadium has
all
a
right.
ceiling? What do you mean?
So
Yeah, throwback.
I want to move. I read something and it cracked me up. One of our viewers said that the only thing that they're waiting for an extra mode is to be able to play with an inverted ball, and the imagery of that in my head is just
Wait,
Dude,
what?
you just blew my mind when
It
you
got
said
me.
that.
It got me. Where's
what?
our inverted ball, Psionics? Come on.
What's an in?
So you're hitting
so
the
confused.
arena
That's
to
the
get
thing.
the.
We have no idea. I have no idea what it would look
No,
like.
no, no.
Could this
I
be a
kind of
point?
understand it. So there's a ball in the center of the field, and you have to hit the arena so
The
that it goes
arena
into
is
the
the
goal.
ball.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
have to. Yeah, it's weird.
Wait, what?
Oh,
It's you push onto the walls, and then the whole arena moves.
Wait, Sworn says it's a game mode in the game files right now. What would
Might
that
be.
look like?
Inverted ball. That
So
just
you
sounds
have
like they're
to-
making it.
So you have to
see-through.
move the arena so that you have to move the
That would
goal.
actually be cool. Please.
Yeah. Exactly.
Please. It'd be like a tug of war.
I'm ready.
Right.
Everyone just driving into their own back.
Yeah, but
Add in
it's like
rumble mode,
it's like
where
on
you
a
can punch
ball,
the
so it
wall.
spins. So it spins.
That
The
would
whole
get
arena
trippy
is
as
just on
hell. That would actually
oscillating.
get way too
It's
trippy, I
horrible.
think. I would get
I'm-
motion sick.
I'm so confused.
That's what they
I
need
think-
to do that on Galleon, and then make it like you're actually on water as well, so it's like waves are like rocking it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That'd get
Okay, you
like,
guys
motion.
are gonna hate me for this one, but when
We hate
every
you
time I
anyway.
see Galleon, yes, fair. Anytime I see Galleon, I just want it to be Spike Rush. Like
Cool.
I am an advocate for Spike Rush, sure, but like when you think about these maps that have like all these ramps and stuff, there's a reason Spike Rush was played on the Throwback Stadium, and it's because
Yeah.
the game mode itself just works well with ramps and
Mhm.
like having that extra
I agree.
flip available. And so it's like if they're gonna bring out all these little LTM maps that have ramps, just give us Spike Rush with it. It would be awesome. But
I'm surprised we haven't had any maps that have just like really small ramps, kind of like the Throwback Stadium things, but like in the middle of
like
the
this little
field,
speed humps, like they
or
would
yeah,
at, like, a
little
motorbike.
like little jumps, kind
Yeah.
of like for that skateboarders use.
I've thought
stuff
about
like
this
that.
for years. I'm not gonna lie. This has been something I've thought about for so long. And it's,
Like the middle lane is
Why?
open, but maybe the side one
Mode.
has the little ramps.
Yeah, just a little ramp on the side. Doesn't have to be a part of the map. It could just be like on the ground or something.
You know what map has a little bitty ramp? If you guys ever play private matches with the labs maps, there's the donut map, and right in the middle.
You're getting
Sorry,
cutting out
you
again.
ever play Rocket League on the labs maps? There's a donut map that's a circle, and right in the middle, there's a little bitty
yeah.
ramp on it, and it's awesome. And I want them
Isn't
to
what
bring
we
a
talked about
limited
last
time mode with the donut map, with the circular
Well,
map.
they've
This is
done
one
ramps. They
goal.
did ramps on Galleon or whatever, right? There's a bunch of
What
ramps.
if-
Yeah.
This is me
What
just
if
waiting
they
for the
turn-
round
Also-
circle map to be in rotation and ruin
but what if
people's
they
lives.
do a limited time mode where the balls are donut on the donut map?
You could go through the ball. There's a hole big enough
Yeah.
for your car to fit
that'd
through.
Could you
funny.
imagine the glitches that would occur?
yeah.
Ping
Is that
was
not where
like-
you
Could
were
you
going with
pinch-
this
could
window?
Can
the
you
donut with
imagine
your car
going
inside
to
of it?
aerial or going to like hit the ball and just going through the hole in the middle of the donut and just boom?
That'd be frustrating.
I can finally be within the ball.
Still gotta talk about food.
just that would I'm just imagining my frustration already. Like I'm getting a little tilted just thinking about it. I could just imagine
But,
me
like-
playing and like
Donut spike rushing.
Combine
you
it
keep trying
with
to spike
spike
it
rush,
and you
right.
go through it.
Spike
Oh,
Or
rush
you
Neato,
go
is
wait,
through
what?
and then you can like become a wheel. Like you just like wheel into the goal. It'll be cool.
if you keep flipping, you keep get a constant reset and it just can roll it.
Yeah.
I
Exactly,
think-
We were
yes.
going to be on the same page,
I
Neato.
think,
No, we're not.
No, never. I think we've diverted. I think we've diverted a little bit.
Well, I know Try wants to talk about something to do with extra mode.
yeah.
Go on, Try.
Oh, true.
Wait.
You know, the big-
Flex on them, Try.
Flex on him.
Well, okay.
Here's your
Well,
time.
let
I
them know.
wanted
Let
to
the
cover
people
this.
know.
They said your boy Nick said they need to make the ball transparent for modes like Spike Rush, like they did for Gridiron. That is 1,000% true.
Please.
That should be added to the Spike Rush mutator because otherwise I have to change my camera settings in order. If I wanted to get really sweaty
Oh,
with Spike
true.
Rush, I would put it on
You
max.
really
distance.
sweat Spike Rush that much that you change your settings?
Yeah. Well, I don't now because I don't want people to come in and think I'm a plat. So I leave my camera settings where they are.
Oh, poor
But-
Try.
No, like if I was actually playing off stream, trying to like play in a tournament or something, like I 1,000% would change my camera settings to like have max distance because the ball isn't transparent. So if you try to look behind you to see if they're catching up, like you're just looking at the ball. So I think that should be added into the mutator preset for Spike Rush. it should go transparent when you pick it up, just like in Gridiron. It works.
All the
so
people try.
But yes, for the flex this week, for the first time ever, I hit SSL in hoops. And, I'm currently 4 wins into my rewards. And so hopefully by the end of this season, I will be a legendary baller.
And then they'll give you a banner for a reward.
Honestly, I just want that title. I think it's the best title in the game.
Oh, it's such,
when I see somebody that's season
nice.
1 legendary baller, I'm like, that person, like I'm gonna lose this game. Usually when I see that tag, I'm like, that means they've been really good since season 1.
It's the best title, but it's also like probably the hardest to get, I'd say.
Legendary baller. Yeah, it's probably the hardest UC title to acquire. I mean, Floor Destroyer is just hard because nobody plays. To queue like all the way up there in drop shot is like unheard of.
Yeah. Well, the SSL queues for hoops, let me tell you, I had to play a best of 7 yesterday against a team, and that's one of the reasons I deranked was because like if you queue against if one other team is queuing and they're good, it's like, well, there goes that MMR.
Does Bacchus mod have like streamer mode where you can like make everybody anonymous?
It does. What do you mean anonymous?
You can.
You make all the cards, stock chains that you're against, and
I could do that, but for the content, I leave it on. If I was like, again, off stream hard sweating, I would probably do that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like for people that don't want to get either stream sniped or just like play or get in the mental, because sometimes when you play with the same people over and over again, maybe they beat you a few times, that could get to your head.
You're
a little
just
bit,
already expecting an L.
Right. So like if you hide the your opponent's names and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it works in reverse, where like when I see like a good team's playing, I was like, all right, I can't read chat right now. If I look at chat at all, we're losing, or they're gonna go up 2 goals on us, and then we playing from behind. So it's like, so sometimes it works, but yeah, when I played, 6 or 7 games against the same team, I'm like, please, somebody shoot me. Like
he's why.
Yeah, it's rough, but yeah. So flex, legendary balls and bound.
Hoops is rough though, to be honest. I don't like hoops simply because of how early on it gets sweaty. Like as soon as you hit I don't know about now, but I'd say like free to play. As soon as you hit champ, it was just like the sweatiest thing.
Yeah, I'm like right on the edge of champ right now, and some of these games, I'm like, come on, what the heck?
It really forces you to get good on offense develop some sort of other way of scoring because
I like it because it keeps you on your toes. It's such a small court that the rotations are pretty much instant. Like as soon as you see your partner leaving the ball, like you can go, and it helps me because I used to be pretty hesitant, but I think playing hoops has actually helped me be more confident in going up for stuff and
if you don't, they've got a shot on net, and you're
exactly
on. So it's like
it's just you might as well take that chance. And for the most part, I've noticed most people are not expecting that at my rank. So
yeah.
It's just a matter of it helps. I think hoops is it's good for a balanced routine.
And I just think Liquipedia
needs the only extra I'd say that about. That's a thing. What was that?
Because I said Liquipedia needs to give the extra mode poll another chance because you know what? I didn't have time to summon the hoops gods to help even out this poll because some of these guys they've got jobs and stuff. They're not on Twitter all the time.
No, try. Do you want to know the worst thing though? What? I ran the poll again too because I was ticked off about Rumble. Hundreds of votes, the exact same results.
It's because Twitter, Rocket League for some reason likes drop shot. I don't know what's wrong with them.
And they don't actually play the game.
I am convinced. There's a Discord trolling us. There has to be some Discord with people out there.
A drop shot like that.
No, they don't like drop shot. They're just trolls. There's no one that likes drop shot.
There's no possible way that there are drop shot mains. It's just a bunch of trolls.
Drop shot is the best extra mode in my
drop shot mains.
Drop shot is
real. Veeds isn't
real. The only thing that I don't like about drop shot is sometimes you get the most random bounces, like when it bounces before the tiles broke or something, and it'll bounce off.
Good. Well, who's gonna vote on?
Wait, so what's your favorite extra mode, Ranny?
Hoops, for sure.
And what would you put second?
Drop shot.
Okay.
I'll put drop shot.
I've
second.
never seen you play drop shot. Ever.
I know. I don't like
high level drop shot is insanely like fast paced. Like you need to be so quick with your aerials in high level drop shot. Like it's
drop
mental.
shot just isn't a finished mode. You know, like
let me vote, Terry.
There's the score line for drop shot. The problem with it is it's just like almost always 2-1.
If you guys weren't paying attention for a sec, and don't get too mad, Trihouse, but there was an in chat poll happening for the best extra mode, and whoever made it forgot hoops entirely. So there wasn't even hoops on the poll. I thought it was a meme. I thought they were negging Try.
That's it. I'm gonna have to get Space Station to unmod some people here. That's what's just
happen. He's gonna go in. He's gonna talk to somebody. I need to talk to the manager.
My contract. These clowns. Yeah, drop shot as a game mode. Like, I really wish we had this idea in the chat way back when, where drop shot should be like first to 3, and if the game goes to 5, or if a game goes to like 5 minutes long, it becomes what ends up happening is the tiles start dropping from the outside edge.
That'd be cool.
Like on a timer. And so it's like, I don't know, I could add a little bit of something a little bit faster paced to drop shot. Because it's like
that'd mean though
comebacks are a little hard to do in drop shot. Like it's really hard.
That'd make them even harder though.
I think it'd make it higher scoring. That's all I want is a higher scoring form of drop shot.
Is the game that I get bored in the easiest.
It's great for like
you get bored in drop shot faster than Snow Day.
I'm bad at aerials. What do you mean? Of course I get bored in drop shot.
Yeah, and not to mention
I can wall shot well in hoops at least. In drop shot,
for drop shot, I have to be paying attention really hard, like because it's like such of the same like layout. Like I can get lost really fast. I'll be like, "Where's everything happening?" Like I don't know where my teammates are. So I have to be paying attention really, really. I just gotta be really focused when I'm playing drop shot for some reason. It's like one of the only extra modes where I'm like 100% like I don't have an autopilot for that mode.
The best way to play drop shot is in a private match with Rumble included. Unlimited boost drop shot Rumble is the best game mode to play. In private
Spike Rush drop shot's cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
you can get like stuck to the other side of the tiles. Like it's so weird. Like the ball just gets like stuck.
But see, doesn't that say something when the best way to play a game mode is when you add stuff that's not in the game?
Yeah.
No,
what
about this for the argument then? Seeing as hoops is only 2v2, that stands as by itself. If we look at the other 3 things, then drop shot's the best.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Drop shot's the best 3v3 mode for sure. And people
so we just put drop shot second. What? Hoop stands alone because it's amazing. And now it's not even an extra mode. We need to put it in the main competitive modes.
I would still like to see a bigger map 3v3 hoops.
Yeah.
No, I'd still like to see
if you're gonna do that, that's just making it like the stock R maps, like
even bigger.
It's not because you've still got to score the same way that you would in regular hoops.
I know, but like.
I know, but
it being intimate and it speeds up the rotation.
Intimate
because it's so small. Like
he's masking.
He's mocking Try.
Wait a minute.
He just you said something and then Veeds like kind of like mocked you a little bit and I just thought it was cute. I thought it was cute.
Messed up, guys.
He sounded so like annoying.
Mode of the same people that made RFH Stadium, Mr. Swaggles. He made a full size dunk house that was 3v3. That was because everybody asked for this, but
it wasn't good.
Ionics could bring it out as LTM.
We played the event. We played the Women's Day event, and one of the events for us was 3v3 hoops on the normal dunk house though, and that's just awful.
Oh,
all I remember, guys, I have it's kind of fuzzy, but all I remember is just having no boost ever, and never leaving the ground and getting dunked on so many times. If
I went and grabbed boost, I was taking it away from somebody.
That wouldn't be bad if they what if they halved the boost time or so for pads? Wait, is there pads or on?
That'd be cool.
In dunk houses, there like small
Penny
pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what if it was like 2.5 seconds for them and then 5 seconds for 100 boost.
I would like that.
But 3v3.
This goes back to the argument they should put a boost pad on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Or in the goal.
They should put a boost pad on the ceiling.
Oh, imagine what you could do with aerial stuff.
Yeah,
I will. Boost pads on the ceiling.
Right, just one right in the middle above the ball and kickoff. It would be awesome.
Yeah, I honestly, if they added one full pad right on the
one full pad
center,
right on the
just a ball hanging from the sky.
Like it's crazy how much that would change the game, but like not enough for it to change like too much, but it's still a viable change, you know? Like cuz
it wouldn't change it for the majority.
It would change the aerial game, you know?
Like 90% of players would be completely unaffected by it, but that 10% that is affected by it would, I mean, it could really electrify.
It would go crazy.
Try saying he wouldn't lose SSL; he'd get to keep it.
Yes.
Is he admitting he doesn't know how to manage his boost?
That'd be nice.
Oh, no. I'm great with the boost management. It's just the accuracy is a little sus.
Taking the ball.
We got a little sidetracked, and we're gonna run out of time. So we do want to talk about our fourth topic of the day. There have been some rumors of floating around, and things like that, but it's an overall conversation about smurfing in Rocket League and the massive increase in smurfing since free to play. So
has it been worse?
Veeds is the one who piqued trying my interest, and he was like, "Smurfs getting banned?" Elaborate, sir.
I was told from somebody else that there was somebody that was a known Smurf, like a carry, that got IP banned for carrying for smurfing. But
I know
I didn't initially know that it was somebody that was like doing it for money. So when I talked,
boosting.
So when I mentioned it initially, I didn't know that. But now that I do, it kind of makes sense that somebody would get banned for that. But smurfing in general is it's horrible right now. It is terrible. It might not be like you play at a really high level, Ranny, so you might.
I don't see it.
You just don't see it because you're essentially.
I know about it because I see it on other people's streams and everything.
The thing that I don't understand is there's so many Smurfs in ones, and it's like, what's the point in Smurfing in 1v1? Like, it literally makes no sense to Smurf in 1v1.
You could play casual 1v1s. That's what
people just.
As the person who's the lowest ranked in ones in this podcast, smurfing is horrible, and I stream all my matches live for the most part, and so it's not just being salty, you know, it's not just being salty and going, oh, they were smurfing when they were being bad, or when I was just playing bad. No, I outright go, oh, I was playing bad, or I'm having an off day. Smurfing is horrible. And it's really bad at the cusp. So, like, it's really bad at the cusp of, plat. It's really bad at the cusp of gold. It's really bad in diamond and things like that. But it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting and the worst thing in the world. And people do it. But something that's tied to that, that's a really big problem that I've seen specifically since. A really big problem that I've seen.
Microphone.
Your mic.
A really big problem that I've seen specifically since free to play, is that there are people who come into streams and they're just like, I want to buy your Rocket League accounts, and I want to buy your Steam accounts, and there are people who literally do this, and this is the problem. Free to play kids who want workshop maps and all of that, or high ranked free to play kids, or buy low ranked Steam accounts, and then they go through. And they smurf in it and they use it for workshop maps, but they do all of this stuff. And I honestly do think that the smurfing problem has gotten infinitely worse.
Can I throw something out there? I feel that I might be one of the only people that think this. Let me know if anyone else agrees. I feel that the Road to SSL series that a lot of these pros and content creators are doing is not helping at all. Because all of those are smurfs beating up on lower level players, and it just kind of gives exposure to smurfing.
I agree, and like I also it's like so much goes into that conversation. It goes into not enough content surrounding Rocket League. There's only so many videos you can make. So then the creators decided to come up with this Road 2. And for the most part, a lot of them do it justice. They're like, I'm not going to play outside of like this rank skill like to help you. But obviously, they're always playing to win.
Yep.
And they're taking MMR away from other people that are grinding for that same MMR.
100%.
So it's complicated, but I agree. I think that they need to be a little bit more responsible, or at least word it in this way. Like, if you're just making Rocket League accounts to make Rocket League accounts and beat up on, like, they need to be vocal, like actively vocal about, like not condoning smurfing, but they just don't say anything about it, and then they're like, this is for this, but also it's veiled, and it's not right. But what were you saying, Try? Sorry.
It's also different. Ranny, because when somebody's doing a road to SSL, they aren't going to stay at a lower rank and just farm those people and then purposely derank it back. Like, they're just going through the ranks. Like, it's like it's one pass through. It's not like they're gonna keep harassing lower ranks, which is what a lot of people that have these Smurf accounts are doing it for. They're
however, to a 14-year-old kid,
it's still ruining some people's day.
Whose first look at something is watching a pro player who is looked up to in the community and who people really enjoy watching their content, saying, hey, I got a spare account. I started playing against lower ranks. This is how quickly it got me to rank up, because it's statistically true. Because it's factual, and it's factual for anyone. If you take all your skills off of your main account and start with 100 MMR, you're going to be better ranked than you are, because you're going to win all those matches. And so I do get it. And I don't think any of the pro players doing Roads to SSL, or you doing Roads to SSL, or content creators doing Roads to SSL are meaning it to be malicious.
I don't think it needs to be a trend. I think you can do it once and that's fine, but as soon as you start doing like, oh, I'm gonna do this in this way, I'm doing it now, I'm doing World SSL and I'm not using any mechanics. Now I'm gonna do it as fast as I possibly can, and it's like now you're really encouraging people to just continue to try. Like, now we're gonna have Rocket League speedrunners and kids who are malding, making brand new accounts, trying to like get for their best time to GC or something, and then making a brand new account. Like, I don't know if that's the kind of culture I want in the game, but
I agree with Flash Force, who says if you have enough people doing unranked SSL grind, it becomes a problem. Pros aren't trying to be malicious, but they are influencing it. So
right, exactly. So I think if they were more open about actively like not promoting like don't smurf. Like, this isn't me smurfing. Like, I'm not somebody who just creates a like, if they like had like a preface. And a lot of creators, like, they'll feel like, oh, it's not my fault. Like, I don't like, just because they watch my videos, I'm not telling them to go smurf, but like, you're telling them that like it's totally cool. Like, there's no bad connotation to making a brand new account and playing people that aren't in your rank, that are obviously not in your rank, but there should be.
The worst thing for me is that I just don't understand why they only made it that you need to be level 10 to queue ranked. And if you queue with somebody that's already, you can make a brand new account and set your party member as party leader, and you can queue immediately into ranked.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked when I found that out, because it was supposed to be the biggest deal with rank stopping. You having to be at level 10. It was supposed to be how they were going to stop all these free accounts from smurfing horribly. And then
but then you get 10 levels for breathing on the game because XP is broken.
But not even that. Like Veeds said, all they had to do was party with somebody who was over level 10 and they could play.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it now. 100%. If you go make a brand new Epic account. No, if you make a brand new Epic account, and you queue up with any of us here.
Buddy.
And we're party leader, we can queue ranked immediately the second you get onto the go.
I'm calling
it. It's gonna be like a 2-second fix where it literally says like somebody in your party is under level.
Yeah, I thought that was already a thing, but I guess not.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it was just the resolve. So
because that completely destroys the deterrent. Because people make an Epic account, they're like, you know what? I'm really close to my SSL rewards here. I'm gonna make a brand new account so I can play with my Diamond 3 friend. And it's
only
like
the party leader? Huh.
no way.
That's
no,
crazy.
that's wrong. It doesn't work anymore. Well, we'll see. We'll have to. Somebody let us
Either
know on
way, it was
Twitter
a
if you-
problem
I know
this
that
entire season.
It's worked up until like a couple of weeks ago. It might have been in one of the hotfixes, but I didn't see any patch notes about it.
Dang.
But what, I've got I posted it in the chat, so you guys can take a look if you wanted. Literally, when free to play got announced, Devin quote tweeted it, and somebody replied to it asking about if smurfing is going to be an issue. And the reply to it was, great question. We'll be making changes to how placement matches and skill detection work to help combat this. Now,
And we saw how that happened.
The only thing that I've seen regarding placement matches is that you immediately get placed at like 600 MMR. You start the game at like 600 MMR instead of like whatever it was or what it used to be.
It used to be 100.
That's
which makes it easier.
completely irrelevant. Because the issue was that so many bronze, new to the game bronze players were put off playing ranked because it was just constant loss after loss because they were playing Smurfs.
Yeah. I remember that.
But
it seems like a lazy solution. It seems like they were thinking like, how can we get it so new players aren't playing with brand new players? Well, let's put all the new players at a level, and then if they're that good, that they won't get any worse, so they'll stay there, and then all the bad players will just de-rank because they're bad. But then they don't think about the people who do that purposely. There are people who will literally sit there and lose game after game just so they can get to a certain rank.
And it bred a lot of toxicity. Because when people were doing their placements and they were going in and they were starting at a higher ranked, and even if they were losing, they were ending up higher ranked than the people who, originally started playing Rocket League, pre-free to play, and where they would place. It created a whole environment of people who were like, I don't understand how you were ever at that rank, or how you weren't already this rank after just your placements the first week you played the game. Like there's a generation, the free to play generation of people who it took them a very, very, very long time to get to plat. Like it took them a very long time because they learned the basis of the games, because you were going from 100 MMR to wherever you would end up. And it is a very, very large difference of when you start someone at 600 MMR and you aren't hurting them, or hurting sounds violent, but like you aren't hurting their MMR as much on losses and things like that. And then they might have just had a good run or something like that. Or either way, their 5 wins to their 5 losses put them up a lot higher than people who literally were just playing the season before. People who might have just started the game 2 weeks before. And it just bred a whole level of toxicity too.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I think the state of the ranks are a little bit weird. Like, there are like chunks of people in ranks that like, oh yeah, they're there because they've been there, or they haven't been able to rank up. But then there's like other people who, I don't know. It's just kind of a mess. I don't know how to describe it, but I also just kind of feel that way because there are some games where I will win like 9-0, just absolutely destroy these other people. Then I'll have another game and it's really, really evenly matched. And then I'll have another game and I'm the one getting clapped. It's like, am I supposed to believe this is all the same rank? Like I would expect to see more consistency within my matches, like that are close matches. And obviously that could be a me thing, whatever, but like when I'm giving it my all, I expect it to be a little difficult to rank up, but I'm I don't know. It's been weird the last couple seasons, definitely compared to the other seasons that I played ranked personally.
Well, no, 100%. It's inconsistency.
I don't know if there's a solution though. I don't know.
And it genuinely feels like every 3 or 4 or maybe 5 games that I get into, there's somebody that last season was like 1900. And they're just at my rank for whatever reason. Now, if they can, but they're clearly way better than everyone else in the lobby. So it's not even just the case of people making new accounts to Smurf. It's like people are just actively smurfing on their mains as well. It's so weird. Like I don't
play
really
that mode.
get it.
Like that's what happens in hoops all the time. Like you start running in a SSL.
Oh yeah, that's the
winners.
worst. You'll get GCs. I never play hoops. I'm unranked, and you're like, okay.
Sorry.
The issue with extra modes though is that
God dang it, Ranny.
You can go into an extra mode and be like doing your placement matches at like Diamond or Champ, but you might also queue into a lobby where someone is also that same rank because it's the first time they've played that extra mode, but they're actually like SSL in regular mode.
It's still what, halfway through a season, it's still a huge problem in Rumble. You'll queue in and you'll see somebody with like a GC tag or something like that when you know your champ won, and then they'll just be like, I never play. I haven't done my placement. Yeah. Now I'm playing, and it's just like, okay.
But that's so the other part of this reply that Devin said was so he said we'll be making changes to how placement matches and skill detection work. So surely that would tie into the whole skill detection, but
number of aerial goals.
I don't understand.
That's why I went to the like that was a lazy solution, because coding skill detection is probably a lot harder to do than coding in everybody gets 600 MMR immediately and then it kind of balances itself out.
If you're getting 4 aerial goals in a silver game, you're smurfing. Like that's just how it is. Like you have to be pretty high.
It is so difficult to quantify skill in Rocket League, and I'll have this argument every single day because you will have GCs who have never turned off ball cam, and it's because they position themselves in a way to win the game. That's the thing. Everybody has a different play style. Like you will have bronzes who go into free play and practice how to ceiling shot and go into their bronze game and ceiling shot. Because they know how, because that's all they work on. And obviously that's a huge exaggeration. But there are plat players who know how to flip reset and whatever and do this and that because that's all they work on.
It doesn't look clean, but they can do it.
Right, so it doesn't quantify, like, so people say, like, there's no way you're in plat and you can do this. It's like, yes, they literally are. So ranks, it's so hard to, like, quantify skill, and I think that it would be even harder to code for an AI to be like, oh, this guy did this, and this, he should be here, but like in reality, he's still losing games because he's not being a good teammate. So he can't be in that rank, even though his mechanics say so. The mechanics don't equal rank. So that's why it gets so complicated when you start.
No, and it's not always smurfing, because I can logistically say, as somebody who is unfortunately still 2 seasons in a row hard stuck plat 3 in ones, there is a flip reset almost every single match, and I know GC ones who have never hit a flip reset in their life, ever, because they've been playing the game for thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, and you can be good at basis and understanding in Rocket League and grinding out Rocket League the way it was, and it's not the worst thing in the world, but this is a new free-to-play generation of kids who has come in, and they have a plethora of videos, and if they want to watch these creators. Here's how to flip reset. Here's how to musty. Here's how to breezy. Here's how to do this. Yeah. And they don't have thousands of hours of Rocket League holding them back and their own trained mechanics, you know what I mean? Going, well, now I don't know how to do that. If that's the first thing you're watching, going into Rocket League with no muscle memory, no bad habits learned, a generation came from Fortnite and all these games to where you pick up things easily because you're trying to absorb how to get better at a video game. Put your first 50 hours into learning a mechanic and they do it. They do it. It doesn't make them look cooler when they go into a pro player stream and they're like, I'm plat and I can do that and I should be in your spot. No, you're a douchebag and you don't understand anything about, team mechanics or anything like that, but they can still do those mechanics.
You're in plat and you can flip reset? You're a douchebag. You heard it here first.
I stand by the statement. It's really cool that you can flip reset, but when you come into chat, when you come into a streamer's chat and you're like, hey, I don't think you deserve to be at that rank. I'm gold, and I can flip reset, or I can ceiling shot. Get yourself out of gold. No one's proud of you being in gold if you're going to be mean about it. If you're going to be mean about it, no one cares. If you're going to say that you should be in champ with those mechanics, get yourself to champ.
Well, anybody that says that they should be in X rank simply on their mechanics doesn't have a clue what they're on about anyway.
Yeah, but I should be.
It takes way more than mechanics than.
I'll have people. It's crazy. Like I'll have people, and this isn't a flex, guys, because I'm not in that rank. It's actually sad, but I'll have people come in and be like, are you GC? I'm like, no, I can just do cool things, but I can't back it up when I'm actually in ranked. Like, it sucks. But I have so many hours, just like, you know, I think I have a very unique case where I first started playing Rocket League. I was playing so casually. I made up so many bad habits in the game. I had to break them all before I started to get good again. And I'm still in the process of breaking some bad habits that I made in my dummy college drunken Rocket League years.
Guys, if you could get a lobotomy that like erased all your Rocket League knowledge and just start again with all the tutorials and videos, would you do it?
Take it away. Take it
not
away.
Knowledge. If I could get a new pair of hands, maybe, but not.
Like, I've been asking Ranny for his hands for years.
Can't have his hands. I'm first in line.
Okay.
I would do the lobotomy and probably just work on the exact same thing, drifting, just so I could do it all over again.
I wish, like early on, I was actually getting carried. Like I was playing with in lobbies that I just had no right being in. And it wasn't that, like, I was just playing with friends at the time, but obviously you start queuing rank together and you start to notice skill differences. And I was actually just, I was Gibbs. I didn't leave the goal.
Mm-hmm.
I just stayed in goal, like, not.
Yeah, you guys have freaking.
I was actually getting carried, but.
I said this the other day. I was like, you guys have freaking tutorials from Danovic and Wade and Pilkin, and we had Gibbs as designated goalie.
And people thought that's how Rocket League should be played.
Yeah. I love you, Gibbs. I do.
Dude, that's how I spent my entire bronze days. The game for real. Just staying in net and staying around it. It's not a joke. It's not a lie. Oh god.
I mean, it worked season 1.
That's super funny.
It's just I think about Gibbs playing professional Rocket League, and it's another world.
Yep.
It's a whole other world.
I do think that we have gone a little bit over our time, and I could talk about it. I could talk about it for absolutely for forever. But guys, as we wrap things up, I'd like to remind you that you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music, all through anchor.fm/SSG Scuffed Cast. We have dozens and dozens and dozens of episodes on there for you guys to catch up on there. But from there, you should be able to find all of our individual socials too. Make sure to be following us on Twitter at SSG Scuffed Cast. That's where we post everything first. It's where we post everything that's coming out and stuff. We love your feedback. We love everything that you guys say, and we love that you guys watch us. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for listening.
Bye,
guys.
See you next week.
Deuces.